What's up, guys? Amster Knows Hoops back today with another video. And today we are doing something a little bit different, still playoff pertaining to, but we're covering what the losers of the first round should be doing. And this is going to be a little mini series. I'm going to be trying to cover two teams a video. Today we are covering the two superstar loaded teams, the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers. And before doing any of that, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I know we can hit 1K before June. I know we can. We're at 775, so let's hit 800 in the next 2 weeks. I know we can do it. But when you look at the Phoenix Suns, I think we all sort of know their financial situation. Just for reference. So Kevin Durant has got 2 more years there. He's going to be getting paid $51 and $54 million in those years, respectively. Bradley Beal, the man, by the way, mind you, with no trade clause and almost a $60 million player option, is there for the next 2 seasons as well. But again, he has a player option for a 3rd year. And I'm going to be 100% honest. If I'm Bradley Beal and I'm playing the way I'm playing, I'm taking that player option every day of the week. And you can't trade him because he's got a no trade option. Thank you, Washington. And then Devin Booker's there until 2027, 2028. Getting paid $49, $53, $57, and then $61 million. So you have a lot of contracts here, right? So I'm sure you're thinking, well, Amster, what does this team necessarily do? Well, I'm making sure you keep Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen because that helps a lot. You can even try and keep an Eric Gordon. Otherwise, David Roddy can go. Damian Lee can go. Keep Drew Eubanks, maybe extend Bol Bol for like a super light contract if you can. And then if I am that team, I am instantly going to the point guard market. I'm instantly going to the point guard market. And I am looking around and I am asking for anything. Because what we could see, the issue was with this team as well, was that as incredible of self-creators this trio were, maybe not so much Bradley Beal, but we don't got to get into, Bradley Beal. They need a legitimate facilitator. They need someone to initiate the offense, to really help build and to run the team so that it's not so forced upon Devin Booker to have to also be a primary facilitator on top of still having to be the second or some nights the best scoring option on the team. They need a facilitator. The other thing I'm trying to do if I'm this team, I'm hoping some team wants Jusuf Nurkic. Nurkic was not the reason they lost the series. I don't want that to get twisted. But goodness gracious, he was not a reason that they were close to winning. Or even close to winning a game. Because they didn't even win one. To this day, I didn't understand why the Suns even got involved with that Bucks-Blazers trade anyways. Not saying that Ayton would have been light years better, but I'm still taking DeAndre Ayton over Jusuf Nurkic 9 times out of 10. Arguably even 10. And to me, again, I think they have extended Grayson Allen, but Basketball Reference hasn't updated his contract. But I'm just looking here. They're very stuck, and it's a scary kind of stuck. Because with even like a Lakers team, which we'll get to soon, right? It's like you can even float around the crazy idea of trading a LeBron or an AD, maybe, or even in their case, right? Like D'Lo was arguably about to go for DeJounte Murray, right? That's a huge upgrade, which, by the way, if we're looking at the playoffs, and I remember too, because Lakers fans were all talking about, especially with the way D'Lo was playing to close out the regular season. Oh, you see, we didn't need him. We didn't need DeJounte. How'd that turn out, buddy? How'd that turn out? But, again, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. If I'm Phoenix, I'm doing the following. 1, I am thinking about possibly trading KD or Booker. I know it sounds crazy, but here's the thing, right? It's like, you got to get some pieces to surround the team. You have to. I don't know how you're doing it with what you have now. Like, if they pay for a point guard, that's great. Their defense is still going to stink. Maybe the offense isn't as, historically bad in the fourth quarters. So maybe if that's your argument, sure. But you got to get something. You need a stimulus, because to be 100% honest, this feels Brooklyn Nets-esque. This feels like we went for all the name power in the world that we could afford and get. And now we have nobody else aside from Grayson Allen. Maybe if you extend Royce O'Neal for a couple more years, but even then, it's like he's just getting older. This team is in a very rough spot. And now you have the quotes right. They're going to fire Frank Vogel. Well, Frank Vogel to me feels even more scapegoatish than you can argue for a Darvin Ham. Because with Frank Vogel, right, Darvin Ham had lineup issues that a lot of Lakers fans talk about. So that's fair. What issues? Like, Frank Vogel is not going to turn Devin Booker into Drew Holiday. He's not going to turn Bradley Beal like back 5-6 years pre-injuries and just make him, back to his all-star caliber, nearly all-NBA caliber self. Right? There's nothing that he can do for that. And then he ain't going to turn KD into some immaculate defender passer. Right? There's only so much, quite frankly, that this Suns team can do. Of all the teams that are playoff caliber, whatever, they might be the worst situation just in terms of how stuck they are. Because again, Beal has a no trade clause. So there's no, well, let's offload Bradley Beal to some mid-level team and get a bunch of solid to good role players back. Because Bradley Beal could go, I don't want to go there. I like Arizona. Think so. And there's nothing they can do about it. And then the LA Lakers. Well, as I'm recording this video on the 3rd of May, and may the 4th be with you. Darvin Ham just got fired. Now, I do want to have a little bit of a talk about Darvin Ham. I think Darvin Ham was for sure a part of the Lakers' problem and part of the reason they lost their series. However, I didn't realize it's Darvin Ham's fault that AD just doesn't get the ball in the 4th quarter. I didn't realize it was Darvin Ham's fault that AD only, when he did get the ball, would only shoot it once or twice in the 4th quarter. I didn't realize that was Darvin Ham's fault. Man, I didn't realize it was Darvin Ham's fault when D'Angelo Russell put up 0 points in a playoff game. Right? Some of these things, I'm sitting here and I'm like, he for sure deserves some blame. But to me, I'm blaming the players more so before I get to Darvin Ham, because I agree the lineups are an issue. But here's what I don't get, right? Because some of these Lakers players have come out and basically talked about what Darvin Ham does, especially like AD and LeBron have hinted at it. But like LeBron throughout his career, the only times he ever was not able to do this was 2 times. With Ty Lue in Cleveland, and when he was in Miami, his whole time in Miami, because Pat Riley he's just not about that. Right? Like Pat Riley does not let that slide. Otherwise, LeBron has always been involved in terms of being like, no, let's run this, let's do that. LeBron, you talk about what JJ Redick about, you don't get by whatever. Well, why are you not recognizing that AD has... AD, I'm going to be 100% honest. As incredible as Jokic was in this series, AD was arguably the best player on the floor for this prospective series. Like, what he gave you defensively and offensively were incredible. The issue is that by the 4th quarter, he'd either stop, the ambition or whatever you want to call it, would just sort of fizzle. Or all of a sudden, LeBron and D'Lo just acted as if they couldn't give the ball to him. Now, LeBron has his player option for this coming season. I believe it's been reported he's declined it. Now, I think there's a very good chance he's just going to re-sign there for another 1 or 2 year deal, especially because Bronny is now flirting with the draft class. AD has a player option for this season, but then he has another 3 to 4, so he's there till 2027, 2028. He's locked up. D'Lo, I would look to trade. I don't care. I'm just going to be 100% honest. They should have pulled the trigger on that DeJounte trade. I don't care what the regular season games gave you. Give me what DeJounte had. Like, just give me DeJounte. Because he could have struggled, right? I'm not even saying he wouldn't have struggled. You would have to really convince me he would have a 0-point playoff game. Like, you would have to convince me it'd be that bad that it would basically be the same thing. You'd have to really convince me. So if I'm them, I'm trying to move off D'Lo. Rui, you've got for another 2 years after this at 17, 18 million, right? You have Austin Reeves, and he's taking his player option most likely, unless he just goes ballistic and like is really worth even more. You still have Vanderbilt. You still have Gabe Vincent. Torian Prince, you could maybe let walk. You know Christian Woods, Jackson Hayes, and Cam Reddish are all taking their player options. They are not risking the free agency market. They did not play good enough, quite frankly, to do so. I don't know if they bring back Dinwiddie, to be 100% honest. I could see them bringing him back for a super cheap deal. I could also see Dinwiddie just being like, I'm good. When I'm looking at this team, guys, at least at them, I can look at like a D'Lo and maybe a Rui and be like, maybe you could do a little role player switch around. You fire Darvin Ham. Okay. So for them, and Frank Vogel supposedly fired for the Suns, I guess my question is, with the Lakers, I guess you could just argue just not a rookie head coach, right? You know, a young coach. Cool. Okay. Well, however you want to make that work, then I guess go ahead. But if you're the Suns, what coach are you looking for then? Because Kevin Durant, is complaining about how the offense went. Well, my brother, the offense also isn't your only issue. Y'all couldn't play a lick of defense. Your offense isn't going to change all of a sudden if y'all still just are obsessed with the midi. So if I'm the Suns, I'm going to be honest, I am searching the planet for a point guard. I don't care where it is. The man could be from Europe. The man could be from Africa. The man could be from South America. He could have played basketball for 3 weeks. They need a point guard. Bad. If I'm the Lakers, trade D'Lo. Maybe pack up a Rui with him if you need. Keep Reeves. And get a coach, I guess, that for some reason, I guess, is just going to be the magical lineup guru and all of a sudden make sure the offense is consistent. Right? Again, Darvin Ham is to blame for that. But these two teams, man, they need to, I'm going to be honest, more so especially with the Suns and the Lakers. Because at least the Lakers could sit here and go, we made a conference finals with this kind of team. Right? Okay, sure. What can Phoenix stand on with this super duper team or whatever you tried to call it? Like, they got swept. Right? Like, even with the Bucks team, you could talk about they got hurt. And they win 6-7 games in their prospective matchup without the star. You're telling me right now, right? Like, that I think is going to be an issue. That's an issue. The Suns are in a bigger issue just because Beal's got a no trade clause. If you trade KD, it's like, is it really helping at that point? Like, what are you going to get back that can help make up that difference? The Lakers, I just think, honestly, it's, I guess, getting a better coach in terms of lineup management and clock management. But I think it's just, you got to get a better point guard. Like, these are two teams that their point position is being so poorly ran that maybe you run an, I'm going to be honest, I don't get why Reeves doesn't play a little bit of point more often. Lakers fans, let me know what you think down below. Same with Suns fans, but these are arguably, I would say, out of all the playoff teams, except for maybe Milwaukee whenever I get to them, they're the most stuck in terms of like, this is kind of what they've got. And that's a wrap, folks. So again, if I'm the Phoenix Suns, I'm looking for a point guard anywhere in the market. I don't care where, I don't care how. You need one. And if I'm the Lakers, I'm trading D'Lo effective immediately. Because he's got one more year on the contract. And honestly, his value was skyrocketing by the trade deadline. And now the playoffs might have just caused it to tank again. So, hey, if I'm them, strike while the iron's hot. Hope you can get someone half decent to good. Again, it looks like the Hawks are either willing to trade. I don't think they're getting Trae Young, obviously. But they're willing to trade their guards. Like, they're willing to commit to, let's just F it. This ain't working. We messed this up. Let's blow it up. Attack it then, Lakers. Get DeJounte. Especially that will help your defense even more. Because now your guard play on defense is really good. You'll have DeJounte, then you have AD, right? Like, that's a really good defensive duo. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with my assessment? Like, do you think these teams are sort of stuck? Do you think the Lakers should just be looking basically? Obviously, I think for them in their mind, any coach is an upgrade over Darvin Ham. Or what do you guys think the Suns should do? Do you agree? Is it just basically get a point guard and hope it all kind of works? You got to run it back and trade Nurkic if you can. I don't know what you could get for him. Maybe you could get a point guard. Get some guard help, I guess. But as always, guys, this is Hamster Knows Hoops. This is a super fun video. It's fun to just sort of talk with you guys and get your guys' thoughts and really talk it out. So let me know what you guys think down below. As always, leave a like, comment, subscribe. This was Hamster Knows Hoops. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace out.